Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to Drifty TV and welcome to another edition of Catch My Drift. I was actually going to do this as a pre-recorded, guys, just to give you a little insight into the way my brain thinks, because I wanted to like go into like I was gonna like make a list and really go through it and whatnot. And then I thought, nah, do you know what? Let me talk to the people live just to get like a little gauge of where everyone's at, where everybody's feeling. Because obviously we had the press conference today for Slot. And so I was gonna do this, I was gonna do my Catch My Drift show today anyway. Like obviously after everything that happened. But I thought, nah, let me go live and then I can catch a feel of how you lot are feeling about the situation as well. So first and foremost, big up everyone in the chat. I got my brother Sander in the building with a super chat as well. To Sander, my bro. That's love, man. I appreciate you, man, as always. Yars, big up my G. Andre, big up your damn self. Shakur, big up yourself. Big up everyone, man. Thank you for joining me for this one. Smash the like button on the way in. Simon, I see you. Rish, big up yourself. Zed, big up everyone, man. Big up everyone jumping in. Smash the like button for me on the way in, guys. And obviously subscribe if you haven't already. Why haven't you if you haven't? So yeah, let's get on to it. Yes, Gene, big up your damn self. Let's get on to it, people. Let's talk. Yes, Macro. Has everybody seen the presser? Has everybody seen what happened? Before we get to that, actually, let's talk about the fallout from yesterday because it's quite interesting. You've got quotes from Stevie G himself. You've got quotes from Carragher. Obviously, you've got what Slot said after the game. You've got what Curtis Jones said after the game. So let's just try and break down all of this craziness. So I'm going to start with what Gerrard said. Gerrard said, and obviously, like I'm paraphrasing a little bit here, he said he doesn't think what's going on at Liverpool right now is a crisis because he would consider a crisis when you've got like years to repair the problem. Yeah. So I would probably say he's talking more about like Man United a year ago, where like that would have been considered a crisis. Like they just sacked Ten Hag. The club is in absolute turmoil. They're broke. They don't have any money. The stadium's an issue. They got leaks from the ceiling. The squad is terrible. They're in 15th place in the league. Like that was what. And you know what? To be fair, I'm not just saying it because it's Stevie G. I think he makes a valid point. I actually do. Like, if I'm being honest with you, I think that he's right. I think that is a lot more what you should be considering a crisis. I do. So I get where he's coming from. If I'm being honest with you on that one. And he also said that he personally doesn't think that Liverpool should be getting rid of the manager right now because right now it should be a lot more about trying to solve the issue from within rather than trying to look for external solutions. There is a little part of me that understands it as well. I know a lot of you have been really annoyed with me because I haven't because I've taken a while to be slot out. And again, please allow me to have my own opinion on that one. But I am fed up. I am completely fed up. Like it isn't like again, like I was saying, I don't have an issue with the people at this point now who are done with the manager. I just don't want people to disrespect the man. That's all. He's a league-winning Liverpool manager. He's a legend now. Let's make no bones about it. It's irrelevant now whether he's got a goal, whether he does go, and all that kind of stuff. That right now is a different conversation. Arne Slot is a Liverpool legend. He is only the second manager in the club's history to win a Premier League, and he goes into a very elite run of managers before him that are in the history books for winning a league title for Liverpool. You got to remember, very, very selective small group of real G's. He's just come, and he's not as good as any of them, of course not. But he's now in there with Fagan, Klopp, Paisley, Shankly. You know what I mean? Kenny. Like, he's amongst a steam company. Yeah. So let's not get it twisted. The man is a legend. It just seems like it's not working, it's gone wrong, whatever the case may be. So I just don't want him to be disrespected, and I don't want it to be forgotten what he did. That's all. That's all my issue. But now I can see the players aren't playing for him. Or it seems that way. And it's just all over the place. Something's got to be done. Liverpool Football Club can't be loitering in 12 players. We'll never finish that low. But like we can't be loitering around there. It's crazy. it's becoming untenable at the moment, to be honest with you, for whatever the reason. And I'll be honest with you guys as well. I truly, truly believe there's something that's happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. I can't lie. I just think something's happened behind the scenes we don't know about. And all that is me just trying to add logic to this situation of trying to figure out a logical reason as to what's going on, because it cannot just be Slot doesn't know what he's doing tactically, so everything's just all over the place. Because even if it was that Slot was that poor tactically, which again, I'm not. Maybe these new tactics are poor, but I watched last season how good and how flexible, how tactically flexible he can be. So I know this man is great tactically, and I've also done my research on how great he was at final from a tactical point of view. So what I'm thinking the problem might be right now is a combination of so many different things, and the player effort. As I said, I don't want to shy away from the players getting blamed, which is just what I felt like everybody always blaming Slot was doing. You know what I mean? Conversations where people are putting 80, 90% of the blame on Slot. For me, you're taking too much blame off of the players. And that leads me into the next situation. And again, in the comments right now, people and afters as well, let me know what you lot believe to be true or false about what Gerrard said. How do you feel about this situation, what Gerrard said, especially like he wouldn't consider this a crisis because he feels this is an easy fix, etc., etc. So obviously, guys, let me know about that. But that gives me a nice segue into the Curtis Jones comments. Now, what Curtis Jones said, I don't know if anybody's said, if anybody's seen it. I'm wondering if I'm actually going to get in trouble if I play this, because I'm not too sure what the rules are with anything anymore, if I'm being completely honest with you. But you know what? If they flag me, then fair enough. I'll take the hit. I don't think it is too shallow, because this is through the Twitter link. And again, if I get hit, I will be upset. But I do want to add some context to this, and I will be. If anybody's watching who's in the snitch squad, fair play, use people, fair play, use here. So let's go. This is what Curtis Jones said briefly.
Man out there and just wanting to tackle someone and just be a dog out there. And it's not always the fact that, I've got these lads who are nice on the board that, we just play and play and play, like go and smash someone and it comes from me as well. I'm not saying that the other lads have to go and do it, because I'm the same. I'm in the exact same boat.
Now, I'm not even going to lie to you people. This is why I love this man. And you lot already know Curtis is my guy. I get shouted at a lot for backing Curtis. Curtis is my guy. I think he's an underrated player in our squad. I think he's such a good squad player. And when he's on it, he's on it. Yeah, of course he has his bad times. He does. But what I loved about this, I love the fact that he's saying what I've been saying for time. And for everybody who's been watching KOP-ISH for a while, love as always. I can see a lot of the regulars in the building. Big up to you lot. I've been saying this for a long time. We are too nice. We are too nice as a football club. You lot have heard me say that before. We're always like top of like in the fair play. We don't get yellow cards a lot. And I'm not saying go out there and be dirty and be crap and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go out there and be an idiot and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is that we are always a nice team to play against. We might not be a nice team to play against because we play good football. You might get parked you might get passed off the park, and we might outscore you and badge you up and do it in that way. But we're too nice overall. I've always said this, and I don't like it. I don't like that. Like, we don't have players that will like get in the referee's face when somebody's taken out one of our players. Like, sometimes we'll watch Maka literally be assaulted. There might be one of the reasons why he's not even playing well at the moment. Because for the last few years, I watched Maka literally be assaulted on the pitch 2-3 times a game. People smashing him, taking him out. Thank God he hasn't ever had like a bad injury or whatever. And like, nobody on our team ever like runs over into the ref's face or into the other player's face and like starts bad. And maybe Virgil to a degree, but no one else. And that's what I miss about Hendo and about Genie and about Mane. Like, them man they used to get in the referee's face. They never used to have this shit. You know what I mean? Lovren, them man there, Robbo to a degree. Well, obviously we still have him. Like, them man there would get in other players' face. They wouldn't let people treat us like we're punks. They would, you know what I mean? They would like be aggressive without being over the top. And I like that. And you know what? Love him or hate him, believe he's good enough or not, we won't have that debate now. You lot all know how I feel. But that was what RIP Jota did. That was what Diaz did, and that was especially what Nunes did for this squad. They're aggressive, they were in your face, they were relentless, and they didn't take no shit. And I remember when Nunes got sent off against Crystal Palace, and even though it was a dumb thing to do, and even though I hated the fact that he put the team in jeopardy and we dropped points that game, I still turned around and I said, but you know what? I love the fight. I love the fight. I love the fact that he didn't let anybody push him about. I don't want people being idiots. I don't want people going over the top, of course, man. I don't want people to be unprofessional. I don't want any of that. I'm not saying that. But I want a spine. I want people to fight. This is what football is about. Football isn't about being nice during the 90 minutes. That's why I don't like when we're playing rivals. Man, them are laughing and smiling and giggling and asking for shirts. And I don't want, why do I want to see all of that? I don't care if you're friends off the field. You're in a battle right now. I don't want you guys being friendly with people during battle. And this is what I love about what Curtis said. He's just telling everyone, we've got to be more aggressive. We have to fight more. We need to want it more. And this is the reason why I'm not letting anybody blame Slot by so much. The 80, 90% of the blame everyone's putting on Slot. These players are way too culpable. They're way too professional. They're way too good to just be able to get away with, well, it's the manager's system why we're like this. No. You can't complete a 10-yard pass and you're losing 50-50 duels. That's got nothing to do with the manager or the system. That is you as an individual not doing what you're supposed to do. Shirking responsibility. How can Man City be in the far end of the pitch, in their corner flag with O'Neill, who's a brilliant young player, but he's still a young player. And he can do one pass, Foden, 2 moves, bang, they're out. All of a sudden, they're down the other end. How did you get out so easy? Where's the press? Where's the aggression? Where's the, when was the last time Liverpool players won a duel? So that is why. And that's why I'm glad Jones said what he said. You know what I mean? I'm glad, man. And they asked Slot, and Slot said he didn't hear what he said. And they kind of quoted him and I don't know if Slot's even telling the truth. But what I do know is that I like it. I'm not sure about you lot. I don't know where you lot are coming from. Maybe you lot don't. I'll check the comments in a minute. Big up everyone. But I like the fact that we're finally hearing from one or two of the players like that. They're not happy. You know what I mean? And they take it. What I like about what Jones did there, is that he took responsibility as a player. There's nothing better than somebody being accountable. And I like that. I like the fact that he did that. So again, I'm not sure how you lot feel about it. Let me know in the comments below. And obviously let me know in the chat right now how you feel. But I like that he did that, because for me, that feels like he was taking some accountability on behalf of the players as to what is going on. What is going on with these players and why there's no lack of effort. Like, I'm watching Szoboszlai run past Gravenberch, but he had like 20 yards of extra ground he had to make up. And I'm like, Gravenberch, you're the more defensive midfielder. What are you doing? I know at 3-1, people will say maybe the game's over, whatever. But for their 4th goal, look how easy they just cut through the team. And I think maybe it was the 3rd goal. That was a goal that actually completely killed the game. The mistake from Ibu, unforgivable, that mistake. Like, what are you doing? But even before him, Salah, defend from the front. Look how easy he got past Salah in the first phase of that move before he passed it into midfield for the final ball. He just walked past Salah with like no challenge. Like, what are we doing? If you're not going to score goals, you're not going to assist. Mo, you've got to at least put a foot in. You're the vice captain. Like, it's crazy. And that leads me on to the next thing I wanted to talk about. With Mo being the vice captain, back again to what Gerard said, I do agree with this slightly, what Gerard said. If you were to take Mo off now, it will probably start to create more stories. And we don't need any more stories. Do you get what I mean? We don't need any more stories. And I remember I've said many times, Mo's form means he should be dropped. He should be. There's no doubt about it. But on the flip side, you also have to remember that when there's negativity on the club like there is at the moment, I do think you've got to be very careful as the manager now you navigate, because if Salah throws a strop if he's dropped, negative news. Or the media would just go, oh, look what's going on here. And then you know what they'll do. They already don't like Mo. Remember that as well. Remember the player we're talking about. We all know there's definitely agendas against Mo in the media and the press and whatnot. We know this already. Let's not even go over that. We just all know. They'll pick up and they'll be like, oh, Salah's being blamed. Salah's out the tick. Do you know what I mean? And then so I get where Gerard's coming from. Yes, there's a part of you that's like, Chiesa deserves to play. Chiesa should play. You're a manager of Liverpool Football Club. Have the cojones and just do what needs to be done to win the game. Winning's more important. Facts. But at the same time, guys, we do have to understand more negative publicity right now is not a good idea. So I can sympathize and empathize with the situation. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to look at it from both sides. That's all I'm doing. I'm always trying to be as level-headed and as logical as possible in scenarios. And I do get where the manager is coming from, as in he's thinking, this is Mo Salah. Surely he'll kick in and start playing well at some point because he's so good. And he also knows what a backlash there will be with all the bad press we already have. If now the narrative becomes, oh, he's dropped Mo, is Mo the issue? Yada, yada, yada. So I get that. But yeah, look, it is what it is. Let me go through and just see what a couple of the people are saying. Big up your damn selves. See more people jumping in. Please do make sure to smash the like button, guys. Slot out 1, 2, 3, 4. Big up yourself. Says Drift, the vote of confidence came today. He is done. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Like, the dreaded vote of confidence, I think once you get that, it's almost like a public way of saying, we tried to stick by you, but your next poor result, you're just done. And let's be honest, guys, I know it really, really is sad to say, but we know his next poor result will be against West Ham. And that's because a win is the only result that's not poor. A draw is still 2 more drop points. Yes, we stopped the bleeding, but it's still a poor result. It's West Ham, and they're playing much better now under Nuno, who I think is a great manager in his own right. But it's West Ham, and they're still in the lower parts of the league, and we should still be winning that game with Liverpool. So anything but a win is a bad result, and he's not getting a win. He is not getting a win against West Ham. I mean, you know, none of us are even saying that to try and be silly or reverse psychology. We're not beating West Ham away. We can't even beat Nottingham Forest at home. We're not beating West Ham away. So it's kind of sad times. So yeah, he's gonna get a loss or a draw in that game, and then I think he's done. I just think he's done. One more super just come in. Slat again, big up, bro. I think we do interim and then we get Nagelsmann. Yeah, I can see a couple of people ask me how I feel about Nagelsmann. That seems to be. Do you know what's crazy, guys? I'm going to be honest with you. I know I don't want Glasner and Areola or De Zerbi. And again, I'm not saying they're crap managers. I'm not saying they're crap managers. They're not crap managers. I just don't like the idea of managers who are unproven in terms of getting over the line for big trophies. And yes, Glasner will be the best out of the 3 in terms of that, because winning the Euros with Frankfurt was a brilliant, brilliant achievement. So I'm not going to take that away from him. So he will probably be the best one in terms of like actually being able to win. He's never won a league title though, and we all know cup football is different to league titles. I do want my manager to be somebody who wins titles or has got previous of winning titles. I'm not saying it's an absolute, but I just don't like the idea of bringing in someone who's learning on the job. And that's what you'll be doing if you're trying to win a league title at Liverpool, but you've never won the league before anywhere. You're learning on the job. Bless him. Even Ollie, who ironically, a lot of Man United fans now are saying they feel bad at the way they treated him because he actually got 2nd and 3rd place in his 2 league positions, got to a final of a Europa League, and it wasn't anywhere near as bad as I actually thought it was, because now they're seeing what happened with Ten Hag and Amorim, and they're like, no, this is bad. And the crazy thing is, it might have been at a low level, but Ole had won a league title. I know it was at a really low level, but he still won a league title. I don't want a manager who's never won a league title before at Liverpool. I just don't, ideally anyway. Nagelsmann, I don't know. I see Sander say Nagelsmann's grinder. I don't know. I don't know about Nagelsmann, man. I don't know. I'm not for it and I'm not against it with Nagelsmann. You know what I mean? Like, I feel very much in the middle. Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing quite well. Big up yourself, Cat Asthma. Yeah, it is crazy how quick things can change, innit? It really is. His stubbornness is killing him. Yeah, because that's what I think it is. I think a lot of this is stubbornness, if I'm being honest with you. I really do. Big up Slot out again. Says Nagelsmann could get the best out of Wirtz as well. That's true. He knows how to play with Wirtz. Obviously, he knows him personally as well. So that's very true, which is important. He's a £100 million player. We definitely need a manager who's going to get the best out of him for real. What do I think of Alonso, says SR? I like Alonso. I'm just not, you know what? Maybe this is me just being a little bit silly, but I don't like that he rejected us for Real Madrid, and it feels a little bit like sloppy seconds if we go and get Alonso. You know what I mean? That's all it is. That just don't sit with me right, you know? That whole rejecting of stuff. And that's coming off the back of that whole when he was a player and he went to go Arsenal as well. And I'm like, Alonso, man, you're a Liverpool legend, but like, you've been doing some real shady shit at the same time, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know how I feel as a man. And again, he's got to be sacked by Real Madrid as well for us to get him, guys. And he won yesterday. Obviously, if he gets a couple of good results, then he won't be sacked. And then, you know what I mean? It would have to be maybe in the summer or something. So it'll be an interim situation again. You know what I mean? Big up my brother Sammy's in the building. Big up yourself, G. Yeah, this is very true, though. This is very true, Michael. He is somebody who understands Wirtz and is clearly probably got the best out of Wirtz in Wirtz's career. That's a fact. So that could play a role. That very much could play a role in it. But then that might mean going to a back three. Don't want a back three. I know people think I'm being over the top. Just not like it. I don't think back threes give you, say, sustained success. I just think it fills gaps and it's good for a little while. I don't like back threes. I think it needs very specific players. And yes, to a degree, we have some of those. Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkes. I think they play very well in the back three with the two wide, with the wing backs and all that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just not keen on a manager. And again, maybe Alonso would change it up because he's changed it up at Real Madrid. But Glasner, Areola, those type of, especially Glasner, all of their success have been built on back threes. If Glasner comes to Liverpool and plays a back four, he's even more of a novice at winning the league than he is with a back four, with a back five, because everything he's won and all his success has been with a back five. If you go and look at Glasner's career and you go and look at like his history, his success has at Palace and at Frankfurt is when he's playing a back three. So that's what he's good at. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know who I want. I really don't. I'm starting to let things swirl around in my mind now in terms of players who managers say who I think would be a good manager. So at the moment, I'm just trying my best to do that. And that's a conversation we'll get a lot more intensive once we actually do. Quite a few people, we got Sam Richards who's saying Gerrard is an interim. Luis Enrique would be a tough sell right now, but possibly, you never know. That PSG project's looking real good. I don't know if he would want to leave. I'm not sure, but Luis Enrique's a bad boy though. That's definitely someone right now where I'm saying. It's just one of them ones. Best 35. Please play a game called Telltales. The Walking Dead season 1. It'll be fire to see you play it. I'll take that on board, my bro. The gaming stuff is coming back this season and very soon as well. I'm actually looking at the Black Friday now, just having a look to see which games there are out that I don't actually have, just in case there's some games right now that I can do. So big up for that. I'll remember that, bro, and I'll have a look. In fact, leave it in the comment as well, bro, so it's easy for me to remember if I forget what game you said rather than having to go through. So just leave it on the comments as well, bro, what game that was, and I'll check that out. Big up. Just having a look through at some other people's comments, just see if there's anything that stands out on what I'm talking about before we move on. You know what now though? I heard that it was just a lot of fuckery that was going on at Bayern at the time, and it wasn't really anything to do with Nagelsmann, because I was worried a little bit about that as well. But if you talk to some of the people in the know, they are like, Nagelsmann wasn't the problem. The Bayern Munich back staff and stuff were just a bit all mad at that time. So yeah, I'm not too sure how much we can look into that. But Nagelsmann's definitely got a good track record. Just overall, like if you go back and look what he did at was it Hoffenheim he was at first, when he really first broke through, and he's only like 31 or something crazy like that. Then he went to Leipzig, if I'm not mistaken, and he done well there. And obviously he got the Bayern job. So he does have a proven track record of being good, but again, I wouldn't call him an out-and-out winner though as well. So at the same time, I'm not sure. Big up my brother Sand in the building. Again, big up yourself, man. Says, F it, let's go and get Guardiola. I have a feeling he would do it, you know. Do you know what's crazy, yeah? Not straight away, like City to Liverpool. He wouldn't do that. That would be too crazy, isn't it? Like, I'm sure he doesn't want to just destroy his legacy with the City fans that quickly. But I tell you what, if he'd been out of management for like a year on like a hiatus and then we hollered at him, I agree with you, Sander. I think he would. He always showed signs of like love and admiration for Liverpool that wasn't just about Klopp. Like, he used to mention the fans and our City fans to behave in a certain way, and you could tell it was because he liked the way our fans were and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm with you. I think he would love to be Liverpool manager. I really do. Maybe the legacy he's left at City might make him think twice about doing it. But even if he didn't accept it publicly, in the back of his mind, I think he would. I think he would. I really do think he would love to be Liverpool manager. So it's actually a shame he ain't on like a hiatus at the moment, isn't it? Like doing a sabbatical thing or whatever. And we could just holler and be like, do you know what, Pep? Here's a brand new project. You know what I mean? Very true. One season of success at Liverpool historically would go down better than the 10 seasons at City, just purely because of who we are. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just know how much it'll elevate him if he won the Champions League or Premier League with Liverpool. Like, the way it would just elevate his status even higher than it already is. And maybe we're being a bit disrespectful and a bit thingy to City by saying that, but again, I don't know. Maybe we're just being biased. I don't know. Yes, Imran, my brother, big up your damn self in the building. Lit as well. Big up, man. Big up everyone who's jumping in. Smash the like button, guys. Right. I'm glad I made notes so I don't forget. Well, yeah. Now Carragher. Let's get into what Carragher said. Now Carragher also said about the situation and dropping Mo and stuff, similar to what Gerard said. But I think the thing that resonated with me a bit more about what Carragher said, and what's funny is I like Carragher. I know it can be quite like tough to take the raggoness of how he says things sometimes in his punditry and stuff. And maybe I am being biased because I grew up loving Carragher. Like I definitely think Carragher gets disrespected by Liverpool fans when we have conversations about like our great players. Like some people try to argue with me that Carragher is not a legend, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like I really don't get it. Carragher is absolutely a Liverpool legend. He was a bad boy player. He might not have been a Virgil van Dijk or a Paolo Maldini, but he was still a great defender. And I think he gets disrespected a lot. But even putting that to one side, sometimes how he speaks, and he can be very raggo and forward and stuff like that. So I think people don't like him. I think he analyzes and over criticizes Liverpool because he's trying to do the correction where everyone thinks, oh, you're just being biased. And it happens a lot sometimes naturally where you start being critical of your own team more because you don't want to seem like you're being biased to your own team. And then sometimes it can come across as you being overcritical, and people don't like what you're saying stuff. So like I think maybe Carragher struggles a little bit with that. But he agrees with me in terms of like there's got to be more blame put on the players. And I've already addressed that, so I'm not going to go back into it from the beginning of the video, obviously, when I was talking to you about how I believe there's more blame on the players. But Carragher agrees. A lot of these players, they can't just be like, if you go back and you look, because they assessed the goal when the third goal after the mistake from Ibu and Mo, just with the non-existent tackling and pressing from the front. But even in that goal, you look at Kirkes. Why isn't he goal side? That Kirkes is just like he's pulling and he's on the wrong end, and the guys in front of him. Watch the runners, the fullback. Like, there's just too many individual mistakes and lack of accountability from these players during the game and after the game. So I like that Carragher said that. I guess the only thing I disagree with in terms of what Carragher said was he still doesn't think the manager should be sacked. I'm at the point now where I think the manager's got to go. I think most people are now. I don't think there's too many people who aren't now. So yeah, it's just one of them things where it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Again, I'm going to be very sad to see him get sacked because I like him and I do know he's a good manager, but it's just become untenable, isn't it? And it does feel a lot to me like the players aren't playing for him. I think that's what's really making me give up on Slot now. The results are definitely contributing, but I just look at the players and I'm like, you should be playing for the badge regardless, because you're disrespecting the fans and the badge when you don't play, even if you don't like what the manager's asking you to do. But if they're not going to play for him, what are we going to do? We're just going to keep losing week after week after week. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this. You know what I mean? Something's got to give, right? Something has got to give. So it's just one of those things, man. It is. No, it's true. It does. It feels like the end. It just does. It just feels like the end. And there's just no two ways about it. So yeah, it's just, but again, let me see what you guys think of what Carragher was saying. Yeah, this is what, like, even just little things like this. When in that Istanbul game, it wasn't even just good tackles because he's a good defender. Just that passion, that desire to win. I miss that. I need that, man. I need that. You know what I mean? And you know what? Gang and Deep, I'm not even mad at you saying this, that Hippie was the A side when he used to play with Carragher. I think Carragher himself would probably even be okay with that. Hippie was an immense monster defender. Brilliant. Imagine being that slow and being that good as a defender just shows how switched on and how amazingly well he read the game. A threat from set pieces, from offense, as well as being brilliant. Hippier was a beast. Definitely another Liverpool legend there, Sammy Hippier, goes down as one of our best ever defenders. So I don't even think Carragher himself would even, like, you know, kind of a little bit like at Liverpool with the Van Dijk situation. Matip, brilliant centre-back, Liverpool legend. But he was always the B side while Virgin was the A side. It's all right. It's all right to be the B side. You can still be a great player with a great contribution being the B side. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a bit of a mad one right now, man. It's a bit of a mad one. Sam thinks that Flick. I'm not gonna lie though, bro. You see that high line that he plays with Barcelona, my brother. I think we'd have heart palpitations, man. I know he is a good manager, but in the Premier League, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Them high lines are crazy. Yo, Sam, just rewind the video after I finish, bro, and you'll see the bit when I spoke about the Jones. Yeah, we touched on the Jones stuff, bro. Sammy, I know it's a little bit of Real Madrid in there, but man said Angie Flick, you know, mad thing. Yeah, me and him have been talking to fly, and big up my brother. He wants Xavi to come in. That's Hernandez, not Alonso. He wants Xavi to come in. I'm not mad at that either. Like I'm you know what I mean? I'm not mad at that. Big up yourself, John, man. Says, big up Drift. I am slot out now. Says, times are getting bad when John's saying slot out because John is as loyal as it gets. So you know times are bad when even John is giving up now, man. You know what I'm saying? Fair play, Sammy. Sammy actually says he does rate Flick highly. But yeah, that high line, though, is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Big up, KT. Yeah, man, I'm doing a lot better now, people. Appreciate them. And again, all that love as well that I was getting while I was away and when I was back, I appreciate that again, guys. Big up yourselves for that, man. On the road to recovery, yes, indeed. And appreciate your health, guys. I'm telling you, man, when you're in poor health, all you want to do is be better. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know that I don't want to start doing some little soppy preaching thing and all that, but, like, I'm telling you, man, be very, very careful. Look after yourselves, guys. This is coming from a man who my New Year's resolution now, guys, is to cut down my sugar dramatically, to start exercising more, to get healthier. And this is me, Drift, cutting down on my sugar intake. How am I supposed to do that? I'm the sugar monster. How am I supposed to do that? I got two jam yum yums in my bread bin right now, waiting for me, and 2 giant cookies from Waitrose waiting for me right now. I gotta stop this shit though. You know what I mean? I'm getting old, man. I don't want diabetes and all that. So just take care of your health, man. Take care of your health, people. Trust me, because when you get bad health, all you want is good health. So right now, I'm just appreciative I can be here in front of you guys and you know what I mean, talking and whatnot. 3-4 weeks ago, I was in agonizing pain. It was, you know what I mean? I'm just glad I'm here, man. So not to get soppy on you lot for a minute there, but everyone, man, take care of your health, man. Take care of each other. Hug your loved ones. Let everyone know you love them. Life's short, man. You just never know. You just never know. I recently lost my uncle. You just never know. You never know, man. You really don't. You just don't know. Life is crazy. Life is really, really, really crazy, man. So look after yourselves, people. I have no idea. Yo, yours, I can't even lie to you, bro. Waitrose, if you look, watch me contradict myself now. Yeah. But again, remember I said New Year's resolutions. I got 1 month to get myself in check. If any of you go to Waitrose, yeah, and you go past the bakery section, do not walk past the jam yum yums. It's a twin pack. I promise you, a yum yum filled with jam might be one of the greatest experiences with food you've ever had. Oh my days. Crazy. It is crazy. But I am trying to I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Big up Gene. Says not to ask your business, but why were you ill? Was it because of the sugar? No, it wasn't because of the sugar. Thankfully, it wasn't because of the sugar. But you know, once you get past 30, things like diabetes and stuff like that. I don't have a history of diabetes in my family or anything, thank God. But you know, when you eat as much sugar as I do, only as a child you get away with it. Once your body starts getting older, you just have you know you haven't you know you have to. Mine was IBS related, bowel related. That's what my issues was. That's what my surgery was about. So yeah, colorectal surgery. Obviously I won't go into details, but yeah, but so obviously it's still food related, as in like it's my gut, my stomach. It is still an issue. I've been living with this issue for about 20 years, like since I was a teenager. So yeah, it just, you know what I mean, it's just part and parcel of my life. But I'm just thankful to be on the road to recovery, man. And you know what I mean? So yeah. Delgado says toffee yum yums. Raw, I've never had one of those still. Look, I don't need any more new suggestions, guys. And I'm trying to get this, man, I'm trying to get my health right. You know what I'm saying? And again, I am definitely somebody who's like realistic. I ain't gonna be able to cut it out straight away from the beginning, and I'm not gonna cut it out totally, but I'm gonna start doing a lot of things. So at the moment, I have canderel in my tea, for example, instead of sugar. And then I'm gonna try and get down to the point where I'm not even putting sugar in my tea. I don't know if I'll be able to get there, but I'm gonna try. Don't put sugar on my cereal anymore. I buy no sugar drinks when I buy them. Um, I even look at like salads and stuff now, because you know there's like sugar and things we don't even know. You know what I mean? Like if you look at like oven chips and, you know, things maybe just flinging when you're just like being lazy or whatever. Like there's even like sugar and carbs and all kinds of crazy things in foods you would never have any idea of. Like there's gluten in chips, in oven chips. Like where'd the gluten come from in oven chips? Ain't chips just meant to be potato? Like where the hell did gluten come from? Like, but it's all these preservatives and shit they add. So yeah, you gotta be yo, Gene, you're right. You know, switching to honey. I might. The only thing is, I don't know how honey runs in like a normal English tea. Like I'm a Tetley man, and yeah, I don't know if honey would go with it. But when I have my peppermint, always. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, do you know what? Big up Jambo. Yeah, bare sugar in bread. Things you would have absolutely no idea there's sugar in. It's weird. Like even pasta. There's sugar in pasta. I eat pasta quite a lot. I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? Why is there so much sugar in like food that you don't even realize there's sugar in? So I'm just gonna try my best to be like really mindful of things that I eat that I don't even realize there's sugar in. So when I'm having sugar, I know, like if I have an M&M or if I have a yum yum, and as a treat on a weekend or something like that, you know. Yeah, it's so what are we supposed to eat, bro? This is what's crazy about trying to be healthy. It is actually really, really difficult to be healthy. Really difficult, especially on the pocket. It is crazy expensive these days, man. You know what I mean? Oh man, Imran, you never cease to amaze me, bro. You never cease to amaze me. Oh bloody hell. But no, you know what's funny as well? I think sugar is probably most people's addiction. I think most people, it's funny, like we always think like a lot of people's addictions will be drugs, and obviously, unfortunately, there are a lot of people who have like drug addictions, like alcohol and stuff like that. But caffeine and sugar is actually the number one and number two world addictions. Those are the things that we're addicted to the most: sugar and coffee. I can't remember, and caffeine. I can't remember which order it is, but those are the two most addictive things in the world. It's hard, man. I'm not addicted to caffeine. I don't drink caffeine as part of my health issues, but sugar, my days. Sugar is the one. Yeah, that was mad, that little tangent we went on. Big up Jam, who says, I see Gakpo continually backing out of 50-50 challenges as if he doesn't want to hurt himself before a World Cup. Okay, that's fine. Come and have a seat beside me. You won't get hurt. I couldn't have said that any better, bro. Couldn't have said that any better. It's true. It's actually true. These players, man. And you know what, Jamak, I've never thought about it being the World Cup year, you know. I didn't think about that. Is that maybe why one or two of these men are McAllister's thinking about the World? Is maybe? I don't know. I don't like the idea that though. I don't like the idea that will really irk me, man. If that's what it is, especially this early in the season. But yeah, the way these men are backing out of the 50-50 tackles is crazy. That's why I'm saying there are some things that I can't be blaming the manager for. Is the manager culpable for a lot of this? Yes. But how can we blame the manager for backing out of a 50-50? That's an individual issue. Like, and they're all doing it. So like, what's Slot going to do? Bench them all? Like, when was the last time you saw any of our players doing well with these 50-50 tackles? You know what I mean? Yars, what you doing to me, bro? There's a Biscoff croissant. Croissants are full of butter, and I'm lactose intolerant, so I shouldn't even have them, even though sometimes I do. As long as I'm at home and I'm not out. But now you Biscoff is my thing, bro. What are you doing to me, man? What are you doing to me? And I've just noticed this one as well. Gene, I really hope you're okay. I really, really hope you're okay, man. I really, really do. And big up to you, man. Big up to you, man. That is the type of stuff right there that definitely is, that humbling feeling of like appreciating life and stuff. So, Gene, man, I hope you're in remission. I hope you're doing okay now. I really do, man. Big up yourself. Big up Sander with another super. Says, did you see that Thiago Alcantara masterclass video? Which one, bro? I'm not sure. Was it like, because the one that I saw of Thiago was when people were saying, let's bring him in as the assistant manager to Klopp and let's get Klopp back. And there was like a video of like, I think it was like James Milner admiring him, and he's like doing kick-ups and stuff like that and like passing the ball. And I was just looking at it, I was just like, again, and I know I'll put the pause before because you know how this bloody stupid world works. Now, I was in love with Thiago as a player. I just was. You see, Thiago, yeah, that was why I fell out when we bought him. Like, I was just beside myself. And it's so upsetting the way it went with his time at Liverpool because of the injuries. And then the poor man had to retire as well. That's how bad it was. Like, he didn't even go anywhere else after. He was like 31 when he left Liverpool, and he just had to retire because of the injuries. But Thiago Alcantara is the definition of what football is. Just beauty to behold. Just the grace, the skill, the touch, the passing, the elegance. Just, oh my days, everything you want to know about football. And then obviously there's other people, don't get me wrong, Zidane, R9, you lot already know R9's the GOAT, Maradona, Pele, all these, man. But like, just staying on topic, like Thiago, like he was just, I still just love the fact that I got to see him in a Liverpool shirt, and one of my favorite players of all time played for my club, even if it didn't go that well. We've got that Man United game. We've got that, was it 23-24 season? Forever, or 22-23, or 21-22, whatever that season was when we nearly won the quad. We will forever have that United game as Liverpool fans from Thiago. What? Just, my days. The goal against the grass cutter. Oh, man. Yeah. So, 21-22, yeah, the year we nearly won the quad. Man. He was just, that is football, man. That is football. There's certain players in the world where if you take out consistency and how well you think they did and whether they underperformed and all that kind of stuff, you just look at what football is supposed to be outside of winning. Thiago, Neymar, Quaresma, R9, Zidane, Cruyff, Maradona, Pele, Zidane, Figo, just these Hazard, just these boys where like it was just pure elegance watching these man play, just pure elegance watching these man play. It's just, man, crazy. And shout out to Mane and Salah as well, them two goats. Can't forget them, man. Yeah, Gerrard and all. But like, just Thiago. So I just went off on a bit of a tangent there because I'm in love with Thiago as a footballer. And let me just check, make sure I haven't missed any supers. Ronaldinho. How did I forget Ronaldinho? How did I forget? Big up, John. Yeah. Oh, Messi. How did I forget Messi? Yeah. See, I know there's going to be people I'm going to forget, but yeah, you get my point though, guys. Just elegance, pure elegance. Now though, done though, I got to add that bit in because you know how people will run. Zidane was so good, you called his name twice. Man, like Zizou, real talk. Yeah, Zidane was so elegant to watch, man. Sammy, I don't like him as a person, so I don't want to defend him, but we won't have the Suarez slander, my brother. We won't have that right now. You know what? Xavi Hernandez, another elegance. Man could just walk through a football match. Xavi controlled the game against England Didn't break a sweat and didn't even turn into a sprint. He walked around the pitch controlling the game. Xavi was something else, man. What a sight to behold it was watching Xavi and Iniesta in that midfield. My days. I know that's going to irk. Actually, Sammy's a footballer, so he probably does at least respect how good they were, even if they're Barcelona, man. Them man there are crazy. Busquets, Batistuta, yeah, I hear you guys. Totti. Grace, Totti, crazy baller. Raquelme, that's my guy. Oh, shit. That's my guy. I think Juan Raquelme is the best name ever in football. I think the only name that's better than Juan Raquelme is Bastian Schweinsteiger. See them two names. If you're just talking about like a great name, actually Thiago Alcantara as well. What a name. Yeah, see them names there. They're not even just that they were all great footballers, but those are what you call names. Like Bastian Schweinsteiger. That is just such an amazing football name. You can't, you know what I mean? Crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot the Roman. Yeah, Juan Roman Raquelme. What a name. You were just born to be a G with names like that. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes parents know what they're doing when they give you a name. They're like, this name means you're going to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just give your kid like a random name. I mean, some people have got random names and they make it, obviously. But sometimes just like, come like you're just meant to be famous with that name. Like that, it just seems like everything was just built for you to be, you know what I mean? Just be that guy. What was the other? Let me just check my notes. Right, yeah. So to finish up as well, and big up everyone who's here as well, man. Appreciate you guys as always. You know, I love you guys. Make sure you're smashing that like button for me as well, guys. Subscribing if you haven't already. Gabriel Batistuta. That's our bad boy name as well. I can't even lie. I'm starting to notice how many great football names there are now. I'm just thinking about it as well. Gabriel Batistuta. That's our bad boy football name. Right. Let's finish up with some of the things that Slot said from the press conference today. Just give me a one in the chat as well, guys, if you've seen it. So I know you've already seen it. So you know where I'm coming from. Let me just get up some of the quotes. I've watched it. I have watched the presser. His body demeanor in the presser, guys, I'm not even going to lie. So his body language wasn't good, was it? It was not good, man. When you look at like, I mean, whose body language would be good with what's going on, right? So like, obviously, 2 + 2 = 4. His body language, man. Like, what's crazy is one of the journalists was a little bit cheeky, and she asked him if he slept well. I was just like, "Right, that's you're kind of boying it now." You know, imagine that. Imagine asking him how he slept. Okay, SR hasn't seen it, but a couple people are putting it. They have seen it. Yeah. Marco Van Basten. Yeah, that's our bad boy football name. Roberto Baggio, bad boy. You know what? Filippo Inzaghi is actually a good football name as well, for real. Like it is. You know what I'm saying? I hear you, man. Yeah, Ben Arthur. What he could have been if he had a little bit more work rate, man. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what, Michael? That's definitely what I'm going to be doing now, my brother. Keep focused, man. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more on my channel now, because the reason why I made my channel wasn't just to talk about Liverpool. Obviously, I will, like in occasions like this, but so I could talk about the other teams as well, because obviously, you know, KOP-ISH is Liverpool centric. So that was why I made my channel. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot more stuff, and it will be including like other teams, bringing some panelists from other teams at times as well. So stay tuned, man. 2026, I'm going to be doing a lot more on my channel. But yeah, that was such a cheeky question to ask him if he slept last night. You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna ask him how if he slept last night? Hey, you're taking a mick. You know he didn't sleep well last night. Who would have? I don't even know if we did. You lot? I didn't sleep well. I was annoyed, man. I didn't sleep well. So imagine, you know what I mean? How are you gonna get a good night's sleep? Right, Jamrock, I don't feel sorry for Slot at all. Jamrock's being harsh. I hear it. Right, couple of quotes. Do the team need a jolt? Was one of the questions that he was asked. I think you consider everything, but until now, I have decided differently. but other players have shown in some moments in training. Some people think I should change more, but I've made changes and we've lost games, i.e. the Palace game. And of course, I consider it a lot. So yeah, there was a little part where, and that maybe the Crystal Palace game was what he was alluding to when he mentioned this as well. But like he said, he's been criticized when he hasn't made changes, and he's been criticized when he has made changes. So therefore, right now, he's kind of like between a rock and a hard place. And I think that's his kind of way of maybe taking a shot back at us of like, I beg you lot, stop trying to tell me how to do my job. That's kind of what it felt like, because you're going to criticize me no matter what I do. That's what it kind of came across like. Yeah, I don't know what you lot think, but that was kind of, in fact, let me bring up these quotes so you lot can see them as well instead of me just reading them. Make it a little bit more visible, easy. Right, Jamrock really ain't feeling slot right now. Can kick rocks, you know. I hear it. I'm not backing him anymore. In terms of like whether he should be here or not, I hear it. Right. So, another slot on adapting during halftime, which obviously last season he was excellent at. We always remember the last two games the most. The second half versus City was much better. The Palace game in September, the second half was much better than the first. So it's been all of the losses. So it's been all the losses have had a different story. Second half in last two games have not been good though. Like I said, in my opinion, the players kept fighting at 2-1, so we were able to create enough chances. The Gakpo chance is usually a goal, but not for us. Again, people will say he's thrown him under the bus by mentioning his name. Maybe he shouldn't have mentioned his name, but at the same time, I get where he's coming from mentioning them in terms of it was 2-1. Gakpo misses that header, which Gakpo's got to score. And those are the fine margins. And I know people don't like to use words like fine margins, but it's like the Man United game. Again, when Gakpo missed that header when we were 2-1 down again, ironically, if he scores that 2-2, you know, it's like, and you look at all the chances we've created and how high the XG is. And he made another point during the interview. And again, I'm not even saying whether I agree or disagree, guys. I'm just talking about the points he made and just, you know, just conversating with you about this. There was a point where he spoke about normally a team has more goals than what their XG is because that's just how football works. That's how football is. And he's confused as to how our XG is higher than our actual goals, which is the opposite of what it should normally be. So in a way, what he's saying is we're creating good opportunities because of how high the XG is. Because remember, the better the chance, the higher the XG is. So he's basically saying these players ain't finishing their chances. And you know what? I can't lie. Whether you like him or not, he's telling the truth. We are missing way too many chances. Way too many chances. Good opportunities that we like. This is why I'm putting it on the players as well as Slot, because that Man United game is an example. We should have got 3 or 4 goals in a Man United game. How good the chances were we created. Even yesterday, we should have had 2 or 3 goals with how good some of the chances were we created when we did create chances. Even in the Nottingham Forest game, in that first half an hour, we should have had 1 or 2 goals. Like, we are being so bad in front of goal at the moment. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, this isn't me defending him. I'm just saying there is some truth to what you're saying. You can be having a bad time. It can be time to go, but still be right in some of the things you're saying, you know. It can't always just be, I ignore what he's saying because you don't like him, or he's, you know. Won't bother with the stuff about Peter Bosz. He said that they wanted to have a drink afterwards, but he has so much media commitments, he didn't get a chance, but he will text him. Yeah, when he was asked about Gomez, this has been something... this is wild as a bloody hell. Talk about out of context. If you saw that out of context, my God, you think I was on some crazy site. Asked about Joe Gomez. He said he is close. He could be involved. He could have been involved yesterday for minutes, but when we are 2 or 3-0 down, I tend to make offensive subs. And this is the part that I knew was going to just like rattle people, because a lot of people are like, yeah, you don't say. So for him to start is definitely possible. Konate didn't train 2 days before. He was a liability before the game. And again, this is where sometimes like English not being his mother tongue. So basically, he didn't mean liability, because we know liability obviously is like has a negative connotation. He was like, I think you get what I mean. This is why sometimes you can't just read a quote. Watching it is better. what he was saying is Konate was a doubt before the game. Managed to recover though, thankfully. But so what he didn't want to do was play Joey at right back and have two players who just about are fit. And then what if something happens to one of them? And that is kind of what I was saying before. Again, no one wants to hear it because everyone's just angry at Slot. So nobody wants to hear it and nobody's got time for it or whatever. And I guess to a degree, I understand. But like, that's what I like. So if you've got Ibu, who was a doubt 2 days before the game, you've got Joey having knee injections 2 days before the game. I get where he's coming from. If I play both of these and these are the only centre backs, then what? So he's basically saying I'm keeping Joey for when I'm not going to start Ibu. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, and maybe that's got something to do with why the last 2 games he's been substituted again. Maybe we're looking into it too much, thinking he's punishing Ibu or whatever. But if 2 days before the PSV game, Ibu couldn't train, then we're only talking about 1 day after the previous match, right? Because when did we play? Saturday and then Wednesday. So yeah, so maybe even Ibu felt something before the Nottingham Forest game. I don't know. And again, yeah, you know, Mantis, you're right. He could just be waffling. Who knows at this point? But I don't know. We will see. Slot was also asked about restoring confidence. I don't see it being low when we start games, and not even after 1-0 yesterday. But after the 4th or the 5th, I saw a difficult 5 or 10 minutes. Even at 2-1, disappointment, but we were able to generate enough chances to make it 2-2. But a 3-1, I could see the hurt in the players. And that wasn't where the fighting spirit was at its best. That is putting it politely. They were diabolical after 2-1, man. The effort was just shambolic. My message getting across, because he was asked if they're reading his message. At 3-1, it was difficult to get anything across to the players. But before that and at halftime, I could see how we create a lot. And in the meetings, I see how we create, and a lot of this is in the meetings. But it doesn't lead to goals. It's difficult for us all, but the message comes across very clearly. How we generate our chances. This is obvious. Now, I think he's waffling a little bit there. I can't lie. That is me. I do think he's waffling a little bit there. As the manager, man, you've got to get your message across as much as you can. As I said before, he tried to pretend he didn't see the Joey stuff. The Jones stuff, sorry. This is the bit again. Yeah, I've already just spoke to you about that, so I won't go through that again. When he was basically saying that XG shouldn't be higher than the amount of goals you score, which actually just shows we're just missing too many. And then I'll finish up with this one, guys. He was asked about the injuries. Allison trained with the team, so he should be fit. So maybe it was even like the concern over his fitness. I thought he just played that's really yesterday because he deserved to play and to give Ali a week off, but maybe there was something wrong with Ali. I don't know. But he did say he trained, thankfully. Florian will have his final rehab day tomorrow, so he might be able to train on Saturday if that all goes well. So maybe he could play on Sunday, possibly. We'll see how that one goes. And he said, Hugo, today was recovery. They don't expect it to be a big issue. Obviously, I'll put the brackets. It was his back, guys. Thankfully, it wasn't his hamstring. It was his back. And he said, I think he said Hugo felt it at halftime, but didn't think it was anything big. But then Slot could tell he wasn't pressing well in the second half like he was in the first half. And then that's when he went down, was just like, nah, whatever this is, let me come off. So he said, we'll see. The games come fast, but it shouldn't be an issue. So that is very good news on Hugo. That might mean he misses the West Ham game, but he should be all right for the Sunderland game. I'm going to take from that, which is great news. And let's hope that that is real and true and he's okay. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he was asked about his future and pressure and stuff, and he was quite frank with that. He was like, look, when you're a Liverpool player and you're a Liverpool manager, every day's pressure. So it doesn't matter whether I'm winning or losing, pressure's pressure. So yeah, and he knows he's under pressure. Man, am I asking him if he slept well? Of course he didn't sleep well. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, big up Gene. Ali had a fever. Okay. Yeah, big up, guys. Okay, well, yeah, illness. Thank God it was an injury then. Jambot said, did you read what he said about Endo Chiesa? I'm trying to remember. Do I remember him saying anything about them? Because I've actually watched the press conference. I don't think I remember. I think did he say something along the lines of like they need to prove to me in training whether they should play? but they have been looking good in training. Was that what it was, Jamrock? Remind me. I think that's what he said, because I think he was. I do think I remember being asked whether them man there, and I think Joey was part of the question, like, will they get game time with what's happening? And then I think he said something along the lines of like, it's for them to impress me in training or something. Again, maybe that's a time when he's maybe talking rubbish or whatever to defend himself, because I don't know. Like, Chiesa seems like he trains well when you watch inside training stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. I'm just annoyed and frustrated, as I'm sure all of you are. I can't believe we're here. How did we get here? And you know what? I'll end with this, guys. Yeah. Hold on, let me get a few super chats. Big up Jamrock. Says, Arnie Slot's demeanor is not suitable for the current moment. I hear that. He is very nonchalant, isn't it? And kind of laid back. I don't know if he rasses up players or not, but now is definitely a time to start being a little bit more angry. You know what I mean? Omar says, as a United fan, I'm loving this. I'm sure you are, my G. But I appreciate you being here as a rival anyway. Big up yourself, Omar. Although have a little self-awareness, bro, because not saying you, but there's been a lot of Man United fans like going ham on Liverpool, and it's like, whoa. Little self-awareness, people. You're not even in Europe. You just lost at the weekend to a 10-man team at home. Just have a little bit of self-awareness, my G. But yeah, I can understand why you enjoy Liverpool's downfall anyway as a rival. So I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say, people? What was I gonna say? I hate when that happens. Sure. I can't remember. Can't remember. Might have to wrap it up then, people. What was I saying? What was I gonna say? What was I on the lines of? Yeah, no, I remember I end with this, but I'm trying to think what was it that reminded me that of what I wanted to say, what I was gonna end with. For the life of me, it's gone. It's gone. We can let us know when the pain ends. Boy, sure. I have no idea, brethren. No idea. Sammy, I'm not talking about that scumbag team, my G. I'm not. Yeah, no, Katie, bigger. No. I can't. What was I gonna say? I have no idea what I was gonna say. Herbs man's in the building. Big up the damn self. Did you see the minor interview with Rio? Do you know what? I've been saving it because obviously you lot already know that's my guy. That's my favorite Liverpool player of all time, Sadio the Goat Mane. So I haven't seen it. I'm waiting to watch it when I can like concentrate, and I want to be in a good mood when I watch it. And Liverpool just keep putting me in bad moods. But I've seen some of the little snippets and stuff like that. That I'm looking forward to watching that. I'll let you know when I have. Big up Jamrock. Says what he's seeing in training makes me question him. What in terms of like why he's still playing certain players and stuff. It's funny though, because I think that's one thing that we do forget as fans, that training does sometimes really sway managers' opinions on stuff because they see it week in, week out. Some managers feel like players have to earn the right to play, and playing well in training is a way of earning that right. So it's not really that foreign for a manager to keep playing a player that we might think isn't performing on the weekend, but he's playing well for the manager during the training sessions. But I hear where you're coming from. Big up H every time. Says baffling. Where did the ruthless, provocative Arnie go? Proactive, sorry, Arnie go. Yeah, I don't know, G. I don't know. It's true. Like, where's that slot gone that like couldn't stop thinking about the Nottingham Forest loss, and we just bullied everyone after that because we were so angry that we didn't win that game. Like, where's that slot gone? I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, man, you threw me, of course. I don't know, man. I really don't know. But look, people, if I remember what it was I was going to say, then I will obviously write it down and I'll talk about it in another video. But yeah, man, I'm going to wrap it up there. Appreciate you guys as always, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. Big up for all the super chats and your contribution, and just everybody in the chat as well, man. I really do appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. And again, I've said this before and I'll say it again, because this is my channel and I can do and talk about whatever I want, obviously, on my channel, obviously within reason, nothing silly or whatever. But drop your suggestions always in the comments as well, guys, of any topics you want me to go over or anything like that. And then I'll see if I can get to it, man. But I appreciate you guys. I really, really do. Big up Jamrock says he never developed any relationship with the players yet. That, yeah, it does seem a little bit strange. Is that maybe more down to the fact that we're used to the way Klopp was, though, Jam? Like, you know, like because Klopp was such a people person and such a player's favorite, that maybe we look at it and we go like, like he's not developing relationships because he's not being like that. Because when you look back to Rafa as an example, Rafa was like a little bit like Arne, like, you know, and like he didn't really have great personal relationships with players either. Some managers are like that, but I get where you're coming from. Players are getting more and more soft in terms of like they need more of an arm around them now than to kick up the arse. And I guess it means that you need to be more of a man manager in today's day to get the best out of people. So I get it. Big up Orville says thanks for the therapy session today, Drift. I needed it. Big up you, man. I appreciate you for jumping in and for the super chat as well, man. And I'm glad you enjoyed. Yes, Gene, big up yourself, man. Big up. Sander says, I need a GTA stream, brother. Invite the viewers on. Will be crazy. I'm ready. Hey, Sander, let's do it, man. Let's do it. We'll talk offline, my G. Let's do it, man. I don't think you can do cross-platform, so just let me know if you've got the PC version of GTA, bro. We can do it, man. Let's have some fun on GTA, man, for real. Let's take out some of our aggression. Yeah, I know. Jambox says, it's easy to be ruthless when you are new to a team and you can just be ruthless versus developer. That's very true. That's very, very true. Once you know people, it is a lot harder to be horrible to them and stuff. I agree. Yeah, for sure. And then that's when it becomes a lot harder when you start seeing how good you are at man management and stuff, in it, for real. I hear that. Definitely. I'm with you on that one. Now, though, I'm telling you, I don't think GTA 6 is ever coming out, you know. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm waiting to get a PlayStation when the game comes out. Because, you know, it's crazy. Like, a PlayStation is like one of them gifts that you would like. You know, if somebody says to you, like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? And, like, you would never say PlayStation because it's just, like, the cheekiest thing you could ever say in the world because of how expensive they are. If any family members are watching, though, PlayStation would be beautiful for Christmas. Holler at your boy. But yeah, but like, so I was thinking like, I'll just wait until GTA comes out, GTA 6 comes out before I buy a PlayStation. That was like a year ago, and I'm still no closer to needing to buy one because we ain't even no closer. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? Sander saying might have to go shoe store to relieve some stress. I hear it, man. I can't even lie to you. My brother laughed at me for this. Sorry, Matt laughed at me for this as well, actually. I actually done a little bit of retail therapy. Black Friday sale. I bought myself a really beautiful jacket. Went down to 20 quid. Used to be like 80. I saw it for 20 in the Black Friday. I was like, F it. And I don't really need a new jacket. Like, you know what I mean? I've got a lot of jackets, but I was like, retail therapy, man, it's real. I ain't encouraging no one to spend their money. These are tough times. But I can't lie, retail therapy works. It actually does. And when you get that delivery of the package, for some reason, it feels like someone's giving you a present. You know what it is, you know what's in it, but you feel like you've got a present. Kind of works. I'm not even going to lie. It's real. 20 quid is a steal these days. Real talk. And it used to be like 80. So I was just like, I'm on it. You know what I mean? So people in the streets might see it. It's a going out jacket though. So like, you know, got to make plans with my boys or something. But yeah. Danny, I have no idea on who can replace Slot, you know, bro. I did speak about it a little bit. I have no idea who the replacement could be at this point. I really don't know. Maybe like Richard Hughes in the summer. No way, bro. What were them big? Nah. I'm not gonna go that far, bro. What is good about Black Friday though is you can pick up some Christmas presents. So yeah, I got my brother. He might be watching this, so I'm not even gonna say it, but like, I got my brother a present in the Black Friday. Yeah, Black Friday. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. You know what's crazy though, bro? I don't think it comes out on the PC until like way later, like GTA. Like I don't actually think. I think GTA comes out on like the consoles, and I think you have to wait like 6 months for it to come out on the PC or something like that. Am I wrong with that, guys? Sandy, you might know better. Being a great gamer. Like doesn't the PC version of GTA take a while to come out after the main release? Or am I getting that wrong? Big up yours. It's because of AI they're developing for the game. It's mad what GTA 6 is gonna be on. Oh, okay, is that what it is? They've like added something that they weren't actually gonna put in it originally. Okay. Okay. Okay, yes, yeah. PSG, yeah, it comes out first on the consoles. Yeah. So yeah, I'd have to wait even longer to get it on the PC, bro. So that would be mad crazy. Oh, it could take a year. You know what I'm saying? We've already had to wait like over a year. It's been pushed back again. Like if I go like waiting even longer, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, big up Ryan as well, saying the same. Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to get on the PlayStation. And maybe I'll get it on the PC as well afterwards, you know what I mean? Geez, we're all up for a bargain, Jiff. Yeah, man. You gotta grab them bargains, man. Like, I'm never gonna lie. Like, I even do crazy stuff, people. Like, so like the other day, I don't even know why I'm sharing this random information with you lot, but I see you lot as extended family now, so why not? So the other day, I was thinking like, let me just go shop and just get some toilet wipes. Shout out the toilet wipe gang in the building. You know what I mean? Wet toilet paper only is insane. So I was looking at the toilet wipes, and then little thing popped up on my phone, Amazon Prime, asked some deals, and then I saw a deal for the Andrex, and I was like, why not? I don't need that many. It's like a bulk. I think it's like a pack of 24. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds crazy to buy a pack of 24 wipes all at once. But you know, now I'm stocked up. And it ended up being like half the price as if I bought them individually, just go and shop randomly. So I just did it. 24 came 2 days ago. That's how you got to do, man. You got to grab them bargains, man. So now I got a bulk. Now I ain't got to think about it for like, I don't know, a month or whatever it will be. But yeah, man. Buy in bulk. Always buy when it's discount. When it's buy one, get one free, buy it. Now you don't have to wear it next time, no matter what it is, deodorant, soap, shower gel, whatever it is. Just always look for the bargains, people. You can find them somewhere. The world is crazy expensive right now, but there's still bargains here and there. There is. And I never want to give some food promotion to people, but even on the app, sometimes it's like buy one, get one free meals. There's a West Indian shop did the same. Yesterday, bought the buy one, get one free. Now I got today's dinner. Yeah, man. You gotta save money wherever you can, man. You've got to make bulk, 100%, man. You got to buy in bulk, man. Even my kitchen roll, I'm buying in bulk with everything now, man. Oh shit, is it Thanksgiving today? Oh shit. Okay, yeah, big up, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the US. Big up yourselves, man. Aye. We will not be doing that, Con. We will not be even remotely worrying about that. H, don't give me joke, bro. I was just thinking, I don't know how long it will last, bro. I'm not sure how long it will last, but you know what I mean. But yeah, big up yourselves, as always, man. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys join me for this one. Big up your damn selves. As I said, smash that like button. Let me know in the comments about everything we discussed. And we will be back as soon as we can on KOP-ISH and here again. If you've got that notification on, you will know every time we go live. People, love us always, man. I really appreciate you guys. And I'll catch you lot on the flip. I'm out of here, man. Peace.